Lifetime book summary. Let's do it. The Ride of a Lifetime. Lessons learned from 15 years as CEO of the Walt Disney Company is written by Robert Iger, also known as Bob. What a time did he have there? We're talking a bunch of achievements. We're talking Marvel, Pixar, 21st Century Fox, Lucasfilms, and most recently, Disney Plus. Bob, you've been busy. It's no wonder that he was named 2019's Business Person of the Year. Look at that. A portrait drawn of him and the most recent hottest star on the block, Baby Yoda, or you Star Wars fans, the child. Without further ado, here are the top 5 big ideas from The Ride of a Lifetime. Big idea number 1, work to discover. Bob briefly went over his origin story, and it really is just a typical American tale where middle-class family, he had to go out and work himself. Started with babysitting, classic, who didn't babysit? And then he moved up into being a classroom technician. And that was, making sure the desks are all straightened up, cleaned, pencils are sharpened, and gums were properly scraped off. Ugh. And then he got promoted to Pizza Hut. And come to think of it, that's probably why he has such a liking for pizza. And then from pizza, he went into production, more or less like TV, sports production. And then finally working through that, he ascended the ranks to where we see him today. Now, Bob didn't have a path per se. It wasn't prescriptive. So he rather found himself doing a lot of different things, as you may have seen. So as a part of working to discover, it really is about trying things out to see what really makes you fired up, okay? Because once you find out what gets you going, that's when you should double down and go down that path to essentially fulfillment and happiness. And in this case, that led him on to much bigger and bigger things. Big idea number 2, be empathetic. It wasn't called out directly in the book, but at one point, Bob was the COO and he was reporting into the CEO at the time, Michael Eisner. At the time, Michael was really butting heads with another top figure in the industry, Steve Jobs. Yep. Disney, Pixar, together, awesome. Toy Story, Monsters Inc., all the smash hits, but inside, whew, they were just going at it, fist for fist. Well, maybe not literally, but verbally. Their feelings were hurt. I bring this up because I was also reading Steve Jobs by Walter Isaacson, and the way Steve spoke about the incident was just how much of a tyrant Michael was and how controlling he needed to be, Michael that is, towards controlling all of the characters and everything that Pixar produced and how they were treated as a second-class citizen. Reading Bob's take on how Michael was managing the relationship was very eye-opening. So at the time of the heated back and forth, Michael wasn't having the best time at Disney. The sparkle was kind of dulling. The characters in Disney's portfolio, the new ones, were not connecting with audiences the way they should be. Disney theme parks were either delayed or they weren't bringing the results that shareholders were looking for. So Michael was really getting run down and he was fighting multiple battles at every front, and Steve was yet another one that he had to fight. And thus brings me to the point about empathy. There are 2 sides to every story. When the dust settled and Michael finally passed the baton over to Bob, Bob's empathy to understand Steve and find a solution for both parties led to amazing results, and all of us eventually won. I mean, like, who doesn't like Wally? Like, look at this guy. Look at him. Oh, yeah. Big idea number 3, conveying priorities. With a company as expansive, with such a history as Walt Disney, there are many moving parts. Like, you got yourself amusement parks, you got yourself TV shows, movies, merchandise, ESPN, networks, talent, food and bev. There's a lot. So to convey priorities, to have so many people rally around simple ideas and priorities is super essential. And I was really impressed by Bob's method, and when he stepped in as CEO, he was able to crystallize and refine and make it very simple in what the priorities are. Bob knew that the more characters or the more content that he could have housed under the Disney banner, the better it is, because they have a great ability to create stories and then market it and distribute it and have it all across their merchandise and put it on t-shirts and make rides out of them. So the first one is all about the IP. The second one is the technology. How does Disney become the front runner in business transformation or innovation so that they could transfer all the great IP, all the great characters, all the great creativity into the digital age and even beyond? How do they anticipate what you and I want to see and how we want to see it and the way we want to experience it? And lastly, world domination. Well, more or less like go international. Once we nail down the creativity / IP, the technology, merge them both, and how do we expand this outside of North America, outside Paris, outside Tokyo? How do we get the whole world involved in the Disney ecosystem? Those clear priorities at the top just trickle down throughout all corners of the organization. And again, that's why we see such good stuff coming out of the Mouse House. Big idea number 4, challenge yourself. To put it simply in Bob's words, be fearless, or fear will kill you. Yeah, I know, a little dramatic, but as an example, Bob had to constantly make sure that the whole company was continually innovating, and innovating in areas that would disrupt even their own business model. Bob had no problem eating into his own profits so that he could innovate and develop a new business model to future-proof the whole company. Bob really had an instinct about the whole technology and innovation piece, where he wanted to reach directly to you and I to connect all the great stuff that Disney's doing over, right, directly to us. And this could mean renegotiating with the networks, some like Netflix, to pull back shows, movies, characters, and say bye-bye to the hundreds of millions of dollars that would have gone into Disney's pocket. This example specifically is all about Disney Plus. Last but not least, big idea number 5, respect all. This one's about getting your ego in check. Maybe it was Bob's upbringing and scraping the gum from beneath the tables, but treating people with respect is a win-win. And the respect that Bob gives shows the windfall that comes with it. Bob has given the autonomy, the empowerment, the respect to all the people that Disney has acquired. And that's just Marvel. We also have Lucasfilm with the whole Star Wars vroom, vroom, vroom thing, Pixar. And now let's recap the 5 big ideas. First one, work to discover. Try more things out there and see what you like to find your calling. Big idea number 2, be empathetic. There's always 2 sides to every story, and if we can all know each other's perspectives, we can better help each other out, come to an agreement, and all benefit. Big idea number 3, convey priorities. And not just to those around you so that you can make a bigger impact, but even for yourself. Knowing what you stand for, knowing what you need for yourself can only carve a clear path towards success. Big idea number 4, challenge yourself. Be fearless, or let the fear kill you. Finally, 5, respect all. Those were the top 5 big ideas from The Ride of a Lifetime. Now, what points, tips, or lessons really resonated with you? If you read the book, what did we miss? Put it all in the comment section below. Also, a secret between you and I heard that Bob and Mickey really love these. So conveniently, you could probably show them right here as well. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and check out that bell to receive notifications. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name's Truman. This has been a brief book club book summary. Appreciate the support, your time for checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one.